My boyfriend acted disgusted by touching me during me sex and I can't move past it. The title says it all. We've had an in-depth discussion about it since then, actually multiple, but I still just can't stop thinking about it. I haven't talked to anyone besides him about it because I'm too embarrassed the personal nature of it. So I thought just posting it and getting it out of my system might help. We've been together almost 5 years. Things are great in every aspect of our relationship except sexual. He's sweet, caring, funny. Sometimes I think he knows me better than I know myself. But the sexual aspect of the relationship has always been rocky. I don't have a super high drive. Between birth control and antidepressants, it's been pretty much killed aside from maybe 1 week out of the month when my hormones go wild. And I've been sexually assaulted in the past by an ex. He's aware of all of this. Things are fine. He doesn't seem to mind the low sex drive. Anyway, our sexual relationship had gotten to a point where it was doing the best had been. We'd been open, we'd introduced new things, I'd finally experienced my first ever orgasms, etc., etc. But one thing he'd never do is use his fingers. At the beginning of our relationship he was great at it. I loved it. But he just stopped. When I say we talked about what we wanted and I voiced that was the only thing I wanted him to start doing about 10 different times, I'm not exaggerating. And he'd always reassure me that, yeah, we'll start doing that again. Well, it never happened. I've never wanted to receive oral. So I haven't asked, simple as that. He offered once a long time ago, I declined, and he was pretty relieved. That is the only thing I've requested he do. On the flip side of stuff I do for him, hands, oral, the whole 9 yards. My whole thing is making my partner feel good makes me feel good. So if he asks me to do something for an hour, I will. It's whatever. I've been doing literally everything he wanted for probably about 30-45 minutes straight. Whenever he asked me to change it up or try something, I did it without question. Then, I asked him to touch me, to just feel what was going on down there after everything we'd done because like I said, making my partner feel good is what does it for me. And he just looked at me and laughed and said, "Ooh, no?" I guess he realized he fucked up from the way I looked at him, but I couldn't hide it. He's never said anything like that before. My eyes just started welling up with tears and my throat started getting tight. It was instant. He started trying to backtrack then and touch me, but by that point it was too late. I was done with the whole situation and didn't want him to. I just haven't been able to recover from it. I keep thinking about it. How disgusted he acted, how he's told me all the times we talked about it he would and didn't, because I guess that would make sense why if he's grossed out by it. When we talked about it he said he's not grossed out. He's scared of hurting me and I pointed out that makes no sense because he used to do it all the time. He didn't have much to say back. I don't know. I just feel disgusting and like it's my fault or something. I know it can't be a hygiene thing. That's something I'm very conscientious of and make sure I'm clean and smell good and everything. Just hope that getting it out somewhere other than to him will help me feel a bit lighter. Edit to clarify because there's been some confusion. He isn't opposed to touching me in general, just when it comes to fingering. He's almost constantly touching my thighs, sides, butt, breasts, even my stomach. Regardless of whether it's during intimacy or just hanging out watching a movie, he's almost always rubbing, groping, touching one of those areas.